Hello friends, now we are going to discuss about the conductometry instrumental analysis. The conductometry instrumental analysis, it deals with the measurement of electrical conductance of the solution containing a electrolyte such as a acid, base, aqueous salt solution. The solution conduct electric current due to the movement of ions towards the oppositely charged electrode. When the electrolytic solutions will be there, in that positively charged move towards the negative electrode and negatively charged ions move towards the positive electrode. Because of this, electricity conduction will be take place. The ability of an ion to transfer the charge depend on the mobility of the ion. Mobility of the ion means the movement of ion from one point to other point. The mobility of ion affected by the factors like charge on the ion, size of the ion and mass of the ion, and also number of the ions. Mobility increases as the size of the ion decreases. If this ion is smaller size, then the ion will move faster and it will conduct more electricity. If the number of ions more in the solution, then the conductance will also more. If the charge on the ion is more, then the conductance will also more. By using this property, we are going to determine the concentration of one solution by measuring the conductance. That we are going to call it as conductometric titrations. The theory of conductometry is work on based on the Ohm's law. Ohm's law states that current in amperes flowing through conductometer is directly proportional to the applied EMF and inversely proportional to the resistance of the conductor. Here, current is directly proportional to applied voltage and inversely proportional to resistance of that conductors. If the voltage increases, then current increases. If the resistance of the conductor increases, then current decreases. That is the Ohm's law states. And conductometry experiment works based on the Ohm's law. The instrumentation of conductometry are, this is the instrumentation of conductometry. It is having the conductivity cell. In the conductivity cell, two platinum plates are there. They are 1 centimeter apart and having the area of cross section 1 centimeter square. And this bell shaped conductivity cell is dipped in the solution. This conductivity cell is made up of glass. At the bottom of the glass, here they are going to place those platinum electrode. Whenever the solution will enter in between these two platinum electrodes, the conductivity is measured, and these two points are connected to the conductometer, where we are going to measure the conductivity of the solution. And here conductance of the solution is varied by the addition of one of the titrant to the solution. Because of that, ion concentration will changes and the conductivity of the solution will also changes. Conductometers are consists of two platinum electrode and the conductance measuring device. The two electrodes are having the unit area of cross section and are placed unit distance apart. That means they are having the cell constant 1. That means cell constant is defined as it is the ratio of area cross section of a platinum electrode divided by length of the platinum electrode. Therefore, the cell constant is 1. When the cell constant is 1, at that time whatever the conductivity is measured is specific conductivity. The assembly responds rapidly to the changes in the concentration of that analyte. Here, when the titrant is added into the analyte solution, it replaces the some ion. Because of that, the change in the conductivity is take place and end point is obtained change in conductance. They are conductometric titrations. Some terms now we are going to discuss that is the specific conductivity. As we are early discussed that specific conductivity is the conductance of the solution in contact with the cell in which two platinum electrodes are separated unit distance apart and having the area of cross section A. It is expressed in terms of Siemens per centimeter, or kappa is equal to 1 by R, that is equal to specific conductivity. Next term we are going to discuss is about equivalent conductivity. Equivalent conductivity means here, in order to measure the conductivity, we are going to take the equivalent solution. We know that one normal solution means when 1 gram equivalent weight of substance is dissolved in 1000 ml of water, we are going to get the one normal solution. For example, the equivalent weight of NaOH is 40. When 1 gram unit weight of NaOH, that means 40 gram of NaOH is dissolved in 1000 ml of water, that time we are going to get the one normal solution. If the conductivity cell is different in the normal solution, at that time whatever the conductivity is measured, that is the equivalent conductivity. That means equivalent conductivity of an electrolyte is defined as the conductance of volume of the solution containing 1 gram equivalent mass of the electrolyte placed in between the two electrodes which are the unit distance apart. That we are going to call it as equivalent conductivity. That means whatever the conductivity is shown by the one normal solution, that we are going to call it as equivalent conductivity. Then molar conductivity. Here, instead of taking the equivalent one normal solution, here they are going to take 1 molar solution. 1 molar solution is defined as where 1 gram molecular weight of substance is dissolved in 1000 ml of water. For example, sodium chloride. The molecular weight of sodium chloride is 58. When 1 gram molecular weight of sodium chloride is dissolved in 1000 ml of water, it is going to give rise to 1 molar solution. When 1 molar solution is taken in order to measure the conductivity, at that time whatever the conductivity is shown by that solution, that is the molar conductivity. So molar conductivity of an electrolyte is defined as the conductance of the volume of the solution containing 1 gram mole of the electrolyte placed between the two electrodes which are at unit distance apart. Here, in order to measure equivalent conductivity, they are going to take normal solution, and in order to measure the molar conductivity, they are going to take 1 molar solution. Then applications of conductometric titration. The conductometric titrations are used for the acid-base titration. In the acid-base titration, neutralization point or equivalent point can be determined change in color of the indicator. Such determination can also done by the conductometric titration. In the conductometric titration, end point is obtained by the sudden change in conductance of the solution, which will happen near to the neutralization point. However, this whatever the point we are obtained, it is not sharp. Therefore, the neutralization point is determined by graphically by plotting the conductivity against volume of base added. The principle of conductometric titration is replacement of ions of particular mobility or particular conductivity by the ions of different mobility or different conductivity. Here, a ion of particular mobility is replaced by a ion of another ion which is having the different mobility. Because of that, conductance is varied, and that conductance we are going to note down here. In the application of conductometry, first we are going to discuss about the strong acid versus strong base. Then what is meant by strong acid? It is a acid when it will dissolve completely, that we are going to call it as strong acid. Strong base means it will dissolve completely, the base which will dissolve completely. Here we are going to take strong acid HCl and strong base NaOH. Here NaOH is standard solution, and we are going to determine the concentration of HCl. When we are going to add NaOH into the HCl, the neutralization reaction will take place, that by producing the salt NaCl and water. Here HCl is existed in the form of that solution containing H plus and Cl minus ion. And same NaOH solution existed in the form of the solution containing Na plus and OH minus ion. When the NaOH is added into the SCl, the H plus ions are replaced by Na plus ion, and this H plus ion is going to react with OH minus ion of the NaOH, and it is going to produce the water. And Na plus ion of the NaOH is going to combine with Cl minus ion of the SCl, and it is going to produce the NaCl. Here H plus ion is replaced by Na plus ion. Therefore, conductivity varies here because H plus ion is highly mobilized ion. The mobility of H plus ion is 350 per ohm per centimeter, and mobility of Na plus ion is 50 per ohm per centimeter. That means the mobility of H plus ion is more and mobility of Na plus ion is less. Therefore, here highly mobilized H plus ion is replaced by low mobilized Na plus ion. Because of that, H plus ion concentration is decreased in the solution, and low mobilized Na plus ion concentration is increased. Because of that, conductivity of the solution is decreases, because here highly mobilized H plus ion is replaced by the low mobilized Na plus ion. Because of that, here conductivity goes on decreases. It will continues up to one certain point where all molecules of SCl present in the solution are neutralized by NaOH. When at that point, when the all molecules of SCl are neutralized by NaOH, at that point whatever the NaOH we are going to add, it will remain as it is unreacted. If the NaOH is remaining as unreacted, then it will exist in the form of Na plus and OH minus ion. At that point, conductivity start increasing, because in order to neutralize the SCl, we are already added the NaOH. Because of that, Na plus ion concentration is increased in the solution. And second thing, at the neutralization point, whatever the NaOH we are added, it will remain as it is. Along with Na plus ion, we are now another ion we are going to add, that is the OH minus ion. This OH minus ion having the mobility 198 per ohm per centimeter. Because of that, we are going to observe the strong increase in the conductivity of the solution. By obtaining these readings, we are going to draw the graph, that is the conductance versus volume of NaOH. Here, conductance of the whatever it is measured, it is taken along y-axis, and volume of NaOH added is taken along x-axis. Here, initially, conductance of the solution is decreased. This is because of here highly mobilized H plus ions are replaced by the low mobilized ion. The decrease in conductance is observed up to certain point. At this point, conductance will start increasing, because at this point all molecules of SCl are neutralized completely, and at this point whatever NaOH we are added, it will remain as it is, and it is going to increase the concentration of Na plus ion and OH minus ion. Because of that, conductivity start increasing from this point, and it will increase sharply. After drawing the graph, whatever the intercept is obtained, it is the end point of that titration. By using this end point, we are going to calculate the concentration of SCl. Next, we are going to discuss the second application of that conductometry is, that is the determination of concentration of a strong acid and weak acid present in the acid mixture by using strong base. Here we are going to take mixture of strong acid and weak acid, and we are going to titrate that acid mixture with strong base. Here in the example, we are taking the mixture of strong acid, that is the HCl, and weak acid, that is acetic acid. That means acid mixture contain HCl and acetic acid, and this acid mixture is titrated against NaOH. Here from the burette, we are going to add the NaOH into the solution, where conductivity cell is dipped in acid mixture. In that when the NaOH is going to add into the acid mixture, in the acid mixture two acids are exist. One is HCl, other one is acetic acid. One is strong acid, other one is weak acid. HCl is strong acid and acetic acid is a weak acid, because HCl dissociate completely but acetic acid dissociate partially. When we are going to add NaOH into the solution containing HCl and acetic acid mixture, that NaOH first react with HCl, which is the strong acid, and it is going to give rise to NaCl and water. At that point, conductivity is start decreasing. This is because HCl containing H plus and Cl minus ion, and NaOH containing Na plus and OH minus ion. In that, Na plus ion is replaced by the H plus ion is replaced by the Na plus ion. Here in the whatever the H plus ion present in the acid is replaced by the Na plus ion from the base, so that here the H plus ion concentration in the solution is reduces. Hence, highly mobilized H plus ion is replaced by the low mobilized Na plus ion. That we are going to observe that decrease in the conductivity. So this conductivity decreases, it will start continuously up to one point where all the molecules of HCl are completely reacted with NaOH. At that point, here acetic acid will come in action, because acetic acid is initially it is not dissociated because of presence of strong acid due to the common ion effect. When the HCl is completely neutralized, that time acetic acid will dissociate and it will produce H plus ion. Now whatever the NaOH is added, it is now going to react with acetic acid and it is going to produce the sodium acetate and water. Here initially we are observed that for the neutralization of HCl, the conductivity start decreasing. But when the neutralization of acetic acid will start, conductivity start in slow increase, due to we are already added a more number of Na plus ion, they are already present in the solution. Along with again we are adding the this sodium ion, because sodium acetate is exist in the form of acetate ion and sodium ion. Because of this, sodium ion concentration is increased, number of ions are increased, hence the conductivity is also slow increase. The slow increase in the conductivity is observed up to when the complete neutralization of acetic acid will take place. When the complete neutralization of acetic acid will take place, at that point whatever the NaOH we are going to add, it will remain as it is, so that it will exist in the form of Na plus and OH minus unreacted base. Because of that, Na plus ion along with OH minus ion is existing, so that the conductivity of this solution is increases sharply. After obtaining this point, we are going to draw the graph specific conductivity versus volume of NaOH. Here initially specific conductivity of the solution is decreases. This is observed due to here neutralization of HCl will take place. Out of these two, HCl and acetic acid, here HCl neutralization will take place, where highly mobilized H plus ion is replaced by low mobilized Na plus ion. Because of that, conductivity decreases here up to one point. When all the molecules of HCl are completely neutralized by NaOH, at that point where HCl is completely neutralized, then whatever the NaOH now we are going to add, it is going to start reacting with acetic acid, and it will neutralize the acetic acid and it is going to give rise to sodium acetate and water. When it is going to give rise to sodium acetate, that sodium acetate exists in the form of acetate ion and sodium ion. Here already sodium ions are added here more. Now whatever the NaOH is added, it is neutralizes the acetic acid and it will increase the concentration of sodium ion in the solution. Because of that increase in the concentration of sodium ion, we are going to observe the slow increase in the conductivity. As the sodium ion concentration increases, conductivity is increased slowly up to one point. When the entire acetic acid is neutralized completely, At this point, whatever the NaOH we are going to add, it will remain as it is in the form of Na plus and OH minus ion. Along with Na plus ion, here one more ion is added, that is OH minus. The specific conductivity of OH minus ion is more. Because of that, we are going to observe the increase in the conductivity. So that after drawing the graph, we are going to obtain the two endpoint, that is V1 and V2. From origin to V1, the decrease in conductivity is observed. This is due to neutralization of acid, that is strong acid HCl. From origin to V2, here from this point to this point, neutralization of entire acid mixture HCl as well as acetic acid will take place. Therefore, up to origin to V1 is neutralization of HCl, and origin to V2 is the neutralization of acetic, that is the acid mixture. Then we are going to calculate the neutralization of acid mixture by taking the difference V2 minus V1. Next application of conductometric titration is weak acid versus strong base. Here weak acid is acetic acid, which will dissociate partially, and it will produce less amount of H plus ion when it will dissociate. When we are going to add the NaOH into the solution, it is going to produce a sodium acetate. Initially, H plus ion concentration is less, and we are going to replace that H plus ion by low mobilized Na plus ion. Because of ion concentration is less, hence it will show the less conductivity at initial point. When we are going to add the more and more amount of NaOH, then there is slow increase in the conductivity is observed because of formation of sodium acetate. Then up to one point we are going to observe the slow increase. At this point, the entire acetic acid is neutralized completely. Then we are going to observe the sharp increase in the conductivity. This is because of whatever the NaOH we are added, it will remain as it is, so that it is existed in the form of Na plus and OH minus ion. Due to increase in the concentration of Na plus and OH minus ion, we are going to observe the sharp increase in the conductivity. By taking this endpoint, we are going to calculate the concentration of acetic acid in the solution. This is how we are going to use the conductometric instrument for the conductometric titration.